In today's Babylon 5 video, we review A Distant Star after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and in A Distant Star, we have three different stories going on that are kind of interesting. Well, they're all kind of interesting. First of all, we have a certain concern by Captain Sheridan that he may just be in the wrong place. He was trained as a soldier, and he's taking on the responsibilities of a diplomat and a bureaucrat. And it's kind of sticking to him, especially when he sees his old friend and former commanding officer that's in command of the Cortez, which is an exploring ship. A very rare thing, a very rare type of commander that can get one of those ships, and they explore the outer reaches of known space. So someone on Babylon 5 probably would maybe see one of those ships in a lifetime. So what we have here is the captain there. His name is Jack, good friend, of course, of John Sheridan, and they have names for each other. Swamp Rat, I think, is what he called Sheridan. And they share some stories and have a good time together. And while the ship is resupplying, there are stories about seeing in the far reaches these ships, which you can hardly make out, but you can tell there are no stars behind them. This is another sighting of the shadows, the second one now that Sheridan has been told about, and it is arousing curiosity there. And all of this brings Sheridan to thinking, what am I doing here sitting at a desk when I could be doing something like what Jack is doing? And that is part of his quandary and a source of irritation to him as the episode goes on. Same time, there is difficulty with Dyan, who has transitioned into this being that is neither Minbari or much of anything else that we know of, and she is getting some skepticism from other members of the Minbari who are on Babylon 5 and basically question as to whether she is one of us anymore. And she, of course, will not answer their questions or explain just what's going on or why. They claim that they will take it to the Grey Council, and she says, go right ahead. Obviously, not everybody knows she's on the Grey Council, so she probably has a heads up there. Nevertheless, there is some pressure on that, even though when the doctor asks her about how her fellow countrymen are doing, she claims that there's absolutely no problem. Minbari are notably closed-mouthed, says Sheridan to Jack, who says that we know about this and don't understand more. Then we have the diet thing. Dr. Franklin has decided that Garibaldi is not getting enough nutrition in his diet, and so is putting him on what he calls a food program. And Garibaldi doesn't like that because everything he likes is not on the list, and everything he doesn't like is on the list. That's your average diet, I suppose. And the doctor says, that seems to be such a good idea. I should do this for the entire command crew. Finds Sheridan to be about 10 pounds overweight, puts him on a weight reduction diet, which he balks at. And in the case of Ivanova, claims that she is having some vitamin deficiencies and things like that and actually needs to eat more. She said, I'll gain weight. And says, well, that will happen, but you need the nutrition. And she said, all this time, and now I'm the expanding borders of Russia. And his response, I would say, is sexist, but for the time, I suppose, appropriate enough and funny enough, maybe. Nevertheless, these are the intersecting things that are going on in the episode, and there are a couple of words for the wise. One is an Egyptian blessing, which I will leave you to see in the episode, that kind of gives some perspective on how they need to address risky things. And another comment by Dyan near the end that talks about just where we stand in all of this, where our place is, and how do we know what that is. And it's something that is very profound to Sheridan, and by the end of the episode, he's decided that, yeah, maybe he is in the right place after all. And even the doctor is given in to some of Garibaldi's entreaties that perhaps there are certain meals that are worth splurging on. So all of that in this episode of Babylon 5. I hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I think it was very moving in many places. They showed how they travel through hyperspace, which is to keep a lock signal on the jump gates. Without that, they could get lost and never find their way out of hyperspace. That's why no ship has ever been found that got lost in hyperspace. And so this lock signal is something that's important. We didn't know that before. And another sighting of the shadows. So this is all building, and we'll see more of it as the season goes on. I'd like to know what you think about it. Please put it in the comments below. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so and leave a like if you please. That would be a nice thing for me. So thank you if you do that. And of course, thank you for watching. If you would like to join us for other shows, we of course have the original series on Tuesday. On Wednesday we have, not the original series, that's on Wednesday. Let me try this all again. On Tuesday we have Deep Space Nine. On Wednesday we have the original series reviews, and we'll be back next week with another review from Babylon 5. Until then, maybe I'll get my day straight. Don't go far.